Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Darren. I hope you are all well and continuing to have a good stitchy week. So this is Stitch With Me number 2 for this week. I finally managed to get it done. Well, I haven't done it yet, but you know what I mean. So today we are working on my big cats by Tilton Crafts. So for those who like the statistics, still on 25 count easy guide and done it 1/1 full cross. So far I have done 8,615 stitches out of a possible 128,375, and I'm at 6.71%. So still a way to go yet. So hopefully one of you. I do apologise as well if you hear any noise in the background. The neighbour is, I don't know what he's doing, cutting his grass, cutting trees. One of the trees, I think. Sounds like he's got the chainsaw out. So I apologise if you do hear him going off at any point. Don't know why he always waits till Sunday to start doing any kind of noisy work, but hey, there we go. That's it. So I was originally doing this one, well, going to start this one over half an hour ago. Everything set up to go, and the tiger decided to come and sit on my knee. So I had to wait for him to stop and get off my knee before I could start. You know what it's like, no matter what you do, they won't get off. Try bumping them with your legs just so that they'll get off, because it makes it uncomfortable for him. No, he decided he was staying. He didn't care. So I know I was going to do a video on 10 stitch, as I mentioned in my last video, but I'm going to do that one for next week, once I decide which one I'm going to do, because most of mine now I seem to have converted half of them to full crosses. So I know I've got a couple of 10 stitch ones, but I've just got to dig it out and do it. So next week's one of them will be 10 stitch, so I can show you how I do the 10 stitch. So for today we're just doing big cats. So I had a Zoom, it's Sunday at the moment, so I had a Zoom last night, and that was good fun. A lot of new faces in there, so there was a fair few YouTubers in there as well. So we had Desiree from, who's the ADD Stitcher. We had Ellie, who's Ellie Welly Stitcher. That's right there on there. We had Lorraine, LNS Crafts, on there. Was that the only one? Yeah, I think that was it. So, well, with 3 of us. And then me, obviously, so that makes 4. And so I had a couple of new people on there as well, who first time doing Zooms. So I hope it went okay for them. We had a good laugh. It was only meant to be no longer than 2 hours for the Zoom, and I had to end it after 2.5 hours because my tablet went flat. You know, when you forget to plug it in when you're about to start a Zoom, and Zoom drains the batteries on your devices really quickly. So I was sat there talking away and it popped up 10%, so well, better plug that in. Plugged it in and then carried on talking, and then a bit later on, about half an hour later on, it popped up saying 5% or 6%, whatever. And it was like, obviously I'm fighting a losing battle here, so I had to end the Zoom, but I was really enjoying it. It was good fun. So I've got another Zoom in a bit, which will be for the guys on like the American time zone, and anybody else who decides to pop in. So hopefully that one should be fun as well. See how many people turn up for that one. It's actually quite warm here today, which I'm surprised. When I went to bed last night, it was still 20 degrees. We're meant to go up to 25 today. It's already at 14, and it's nearly 9:30 in the morning. So Shane went down to his friend's yesterday, so he's on his way back home now. So, not seen his friend for a bit, so because of all the lockdowns and everything. So he went down there. So he stayed over there last night, had a couple of drinks. So he's on his way back. Needless to say, he's a bit worse for wear, I think. I'm surprised he's up so early. I'm surprised he's on his way back so early and all. I'll say it's 9:30 now. Normally he doesn't get set off till at least lunchtime. Well, he's obviously decided he's going home early today. But I know exactly what he'll do. He'll come in, I'll have a cup of coffee, and then I'll go to sleep. And then that'll be him for a couple of hours. So needless to say, I'll be relegated to the back bedroom for my Zoom. Never mind. And the cats were good as gold yesterday because Shane wasn't here. I don't know why, but whenever Shane's here, Tiger always plays up. But whenever he's away, he's good as gold. Well, I say he was good as gold until 5 o'clock this morning when he wanted feeding. So you can definitely tell it's starting to warm up because they wake up earlier. But he wasn't getting fed. I wasn't not getting up at 5 o'clock this morning to feed him. I wanted my lighting. So I got up at 7 instead. Apologise for the noisy motorbike going past. So yeah, so all the cats are now flaked. Tiger and Ginger in the usual spot on the sofa. Kitty, I have no idea where she is. Probably outside. General spots when it starts warming up. Kitty is normally outside on the... Well, we have a futon out there. It was just an old sofa, old futon that we had. So we decided to put it outside to sit on because it's quite sheltered out there. And the cats have claimed that, so it's the cat's futon. So this video will be shot in probably 2 sessions. So first bit while I'm in the lounge room, and then the second bit will probably be done after I've finished the Zoom meeting. Because I was hoping to get this all done before I joined the Zoom. But as I say, Tiger had other plans for me. So I just have to remember to not stitch on this during the Zoom, otherwise it will look rather strange with a quick pause, and then all of a sudden I've done a lot more stitching. So I will choose another project for there. Anything with the Zooms, because where I normally sit, I can't really have my project in my Lowry stand because the table is too low that my tablet sits on. So if I have it on my Lowry stand, you won't be able to see me. All you'll see is just the top of the project. So I would have to find one that I can stitch on my knee. So I may try the supersized Tiger one. I've a funny feeling that might be a bit clumsy. We will see. The only thing with Zooms as well, you always spend more time looking at the screen, seeing what everyone's working on and having a laugh that you don't get much stitching done. Last night's one I just continued putting my threads for my sunset koala on thread drops until I run out of thread drops. So I've still got half of the threads to do. Never mind, they'll get done eventually. And speaking of the sunset koala, one of the guys on the Facebook group has actually finished page 1 already, which shows the koala's ear. And it looks absolutely stunning. So everyone's waiting now, saying that they need to get some more working on theirs and get theirs caught up. I definitely need to get some more in on mine, but I will just do bits as I can, because as you know, this month I'm mainly working on kits. So we'll see how we go. So I was setting up everything for starting the tiger chilling out, the dimensions kit that I've got. So I started setting everything up on that yesterday, and counting where I need to be to start. Now on there they have, well, the needle looks like a petite needle. It's very small compared to what I'm used to. It's like, oh, this is different, but it does mean that I can get more stitches in. Playing thread chicken. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes with that one. And also working out as well with the chart for that piece, because I've never done dimensions one before, and all the symbols have different, well, you set them like different colours. You've got blues and pinks and stuff like that for the symbols, so it's just working out what's what. So some of them are full crosses, some of them are half crosses, and so yeah, I'm going to have to be a bit more vigilant on that one as to what stitch goes where. I think it should be fun anyway. My thread's a little bit longer than normal, so I keep catching it with my finger on the back. So I may be actually able to get a computer soon. A good friend of ours was just talking about not being able to get one. Like I say, bearing in mind we've not seen this friend for a bit. We're just talking about like what I'm wanting to do, like college-wise and stuff like that, and what happened with regards to getting the laptop, computer. And they very generously offered to lend me the money to get a computer, and then just pay them back so much a month. So I was well flabbergasted, to say the least. I'm well chuffed. I was well happy. So I may be able to get a computer. I've got to find the price of the computers first, because the one I was going to get was in a sale, but the sale ends today, so I'm not going to be able to get it today, so the price goes up. So having a look at the computers to see what's available. So hopefully within the next week or so I may be able to get a computer, which then means I can sign up for my college course, depending on how much that's going to work out, a month or a week or however they work it out. But I don't think that one's going to be a lot, hopefully. I'll have to wait until I've spoken to them on Monday to find out what they say. I'm hoping you can see this. I keep moving. It's going to be one of those videos, I think. This, if you don't watch the video, you're alright. If you do watch it, apologies, you may feel seasick. The piece keeps moving along. I say, going by what everyone was saying on the other Stitch With Me, not the one this week, the ones prior. I think I'm going to actually mix it up with regards to what projects I work on, instead of just working on the tiger family for one and then an additional one for the other. I think I'm going to mix it up a bit. You probably will see the tiger family a bit more than most, but I'm going to mix it up and have different ones on all the time. Just in case we're doing some stitching on them one as well. Because I do have a few that I haven't been touched for a while, so I've got my Mirabilia and my Pandemic, so they haven't been done for a bit. Then obviously all my other pieces. So if you do have a favourite piece that you would like me to see work on, then by all means pop it down in the comments below and we'll see what we can do. Then you just hate it when you fill in a gap and then you need to do the stitch underneath, and then you can't remember where you put the stitch that you've just done. I do it all the time. So I didn't get much stitching done yesterday. Like I said, I did my update video. Got one of the kits ready to start. Did the washing. Did my zoom. And I think all I put in was like 250 stitches all day yesterday. That was it. Time just flew by. So I think before I even started stitching, it was, well, the zoom started at 6, so it must have been probably about 4 o'clock when I actually got around to stitching. You know where it's like, after you finish doing everything, you look at the clock and you're like, geez, is that the time? Where did that go? I've done nothing. Well, obviously I had done stuff, but I hadn't done any stitching. So I've got a bit of stitching in. And then did the zoom. And then I'd say by the time the zoom finished, it was 8:30 at night. So it was like, I'm not starting stitching now. It's a bit too late for that. Especially as I go to bed at about 9:30. So I thought, well, when I get up this morning, I'll get this done out of the way first, then have my zoom, and then I've got the rest of the afternoon to stitch. It looks like I'm going to do part of this, do my zoom, do the rest of this, and then I can sit down and stitch. I want to try and get the park thread finished off on the tiger family, and then I can start filling in that. So I'm going to say that's not going to be too bad when I get to the main colours in there. I should get me a fair few stitches done pretty quickly. Right. Well, they must know that I'm doing a stitch with me. They've decided to stop whatever they were doing before, which is good. It means you'll be able to hear me. say, as I mentioned earlier on, it's quite warm here today, so I've actually opened the window in the dining room because the cats normally like to sit on that windowsill and look out and follow the birds. And would you credit it? None of them are actually on the windowsill. They're all in the house. Well, I think it is in the house. I'm not 100% sure where she is. She's probably hiding under a cover somewhere. She's a bit like me. She's a bit nice. She doesn't like the cold. So if it's cold, she goes and hides under the covers. I've got a throw on the one sofa, because that's where the cats like to sit, so it's just easier. And she normally goes under that throw to keep warm. I think it's also to hide from Tiger as well, because Tiger doesn't realise half the time that she's under there. Obviously she's not under there today because the boys are on there. So the only thing with this, with this one, is the amount of background on it, which is all blues, 939. And there's a lot of this to do, because it goes all the way around the outside. But it's got to be done. That's what I'm liking doing, how I'm doing it. So I'll do so much in the background, then do so much in the snow leopard, and then do a bit more in the background, and then a bit more in the snow leopard. So it just kind of breaks it up a little bit. Starts the monotonous of just doing one colour over and over and over and over again. We were talking about this last night on Zoom about people who do extreme cross-country colour completing. I was like, nah, it would bore me stupid. One, I can't count anyway, so I'd always end up going wrong. But two, just stitching like all one colour, especially when you've got like, say 20,000 of one colour. And I was like, nah, I would get bored of just doing that one colour constantly. I couldn't do extreme cross-country. Doing it just on one page is not too bad. I don't mind doing that. But yeah, extreme cross-country, no. So hats off to all those who can do extreme cross-country, because, well, I could do it, but I think I'd lose interest in the piece, because I wouldn't be seeing anything really coming together, just like the outlines of things, and that'd be it. So I'm going to finish this thread off, and then it'll be time for my zoom, and then I will finish the video off when I come back. So I've just had a notification saying that 15 minutes till my zoom starts. So I need time to go and get set up. So I don't know how far we're in so far. How far have we done? 25 minutes. So I need to do at least another 20 minutes when I get back on. But I'll try and aim for to make it up to an hour. I'll try. Mind you, after the Zoom I might have some stuff to talk about. It depends how much fun it is on there. It depends how many people turn up on it. Hopefully there'll be a few. Getting closer to just constant, well, working on the snow leopard now, because I'm reaching the top of his head. Got the top of his head here. So I've not got much to go now, and then I'll just be working solely on the snow leopard until I move on to the next page, which is, again, doing the background first. Well, working my way down, should I say. Doing bits of it at a time. Right. How far have I got to go with this one? There. Oh, look at that. Just enough to where I needed to get to. Sweet. It's always the case when you want to pin stitch something, you can never find the hole to pin stitch it. So going on from the last video when I mentioned about the pin stitch, where I'm doing it here, because obviously there's nothing around it, and I know that this colour is going to go into here anyway, so it's going to cover it up. That'll probably be covered up later on today. And I forgot my scissors again, but never mind. So right, so I'm going to leave it there. So we're at 27 minutes, so we've done a fair bit. Let's have a look, see how many we've done. It's always good when you're working in one colour as well. You get to stitch a lot more quickly because you're not changing colours every 2 seconds. And we've done 105 stitches in 27 minutes. That's not bad at all. So, right guys, I'm going to leave it there for now, and then I will be back with part 2. Well, for you it'll be like instantly. For me it'll be in a couple of hours. So, I'll catch you all in a bit. Okay, and we're back. Did you miss me? So, Zoom went on a little bit longer than expected again. 2.5 hours, so I get another fun Zoom. It's good catching up, sorry if you saw that wobble then. Get a couple of new people in there. So it was a good laugh. Always flies by really quickly when you're doing Zoom meetings. Like I say, it doesn't seem like you've been on for too long when you're having a laugh and just talking. And then, like I say, you look at the clock and it's been a couple of hours and you're like, whoa. So, as you can see, well, maybe not see, I've picked another colour. So we're now doing 823 instead of 939, so more blue. We'll continue working in the top part for a little bit. I'm hoping if you do watch these, you can see okay, because I'm in the spare bedroom on the bed instead of on the sofa, and the stand doesn't reach up as high as I expected it to. So I'm a little bit closer than normal. So hopefully you can see okay. I should have actually gone into the other bedroom where the sofa is, which is going to be my craft room. Sorry about that, I got a text message. You tell me that I need to read the power. Which isn't due for another 2 days. That'd be a year. So yes, we had on the Zoom we had a couple of the fur babies pop in. One in particular who wanted all the attention, decided to sit in front of their owner's camera. If I remember rightly, he did it on the last one as well. So I'm having to hold this a little bit differently as well, this part, because my feet only just touch the ground on this bed. So I'm on my tiptoes, but I just got cramp. So I'm I'm trying to hold it a little bit differently, but so that you can still see what I'm doing. So if I remember, I need to make this round about another 20 to 30 minutes on. Oops, sorry. Because you're a bit closer and all, it means you're going to probably get hit a fair bit. I'm not going to get the song stuck in your head again then, don't worry. I'm not going to say it. So Shane's come back from, he was out as I said, he's come back and he's brought a couple of new cat trees. I cut off his mum gone for their cat and she wasn't interested in them. So I apologise if you can hear my phone. So yeah, so we've now got, well, one's a, well, not cat trees, a scratch pad things, but one's a giant cactus and the other one's some kind of pig or something like that. Tiger wanted them as soon as Shane walked in with them, because he probably thought it was some kind of plant for him to chew. Tiger loves his cat grass, so we've got a couple of pots for cat grass in, so we have to take one out to let it rejuvenate and bring another one in. So whenever you're bringing anything in that's not a bag, he thinks it's cat grass, so he meows like mad and follows you around until you put it on the floor so you can see that it's not cat grass. So we will see how long these scratch posts survive. Some of them. The last one we had, he managed to scratch all the, you get the twine around it. He managed to pull all the twine off and it was just cardboard box, well, tube underneath it all. And he destroyed this cardboard tube. It was everywhere. But as always, you forget when the bins go out to throw it in the bin. So we had it hanging around for a while, well, a couple of weeks, all broken and destroyed. But he still used to go to it. Even though there was a new one there, he still wanted his old one. So we got rid of that one, and he's got this other one. Now this one doesn't have the twine around it, it's got like fabric around it. Yeah, he's destroying that one now. That one's almost ready for throwing, so luckily Shane brought these other two back. Let's see if the cats will use them or not. It's a different thing. If not, we're just going to have to buy a load of cardboard boxes for him. Tiger loves these cardboard boxes. It's warmed up a fair bit since I did my first half. So we're now up to 25 degrees, which isn't bad for winter. So it definitely means spring is around the corner with it warming up so quickly. And the nights are going to get warmer as well, as that means I'm going to have to change the pillow on the bed. So I have a feathered quilt. I have a duck feathering down or goose feathering down, one of them. I have one of those on my bed because I like those. I have one of those in the UK. Obviously over here, when it starts getting warmer, you don't need one of those. So we have a couple of thinner, like summer. Well, I wouldn't even say the quills, they're just like throws. And there we have one. And it's still not pretty warm with them on either and all, so those will be on soon, and the fans will be on. And then we'll be trying to work out where we're going to hook the aircon up to have that on. So we do have 2 aircon systems. One was one that we brought over from the UK. It was ideal for over in the UK because it doesn't get that hot. So you just cool the bedroom down over there really well. But over here, it hardly makes any difference whatsoever. So we did get a new one a while ago. That was a lot more powerful. That one's really good. That's also one of the reasons why we put curtains up in the house as well. Well, around where the doors should be. So you can cool the lounge area in that down because it gets absolutely unbearable. The only thing with that is obviously you've got to have the window shut as well. And the cat's like sitting looking at the windows. Excuse me 2 seconds. I shut the door to a bit, and I had a tiger cat sticking paws through trying to get in, so I just had to open the door for him. He made an appearance on Zoom as well. Wasn't there for long. Just come, had a nosy, then walked off. He seems to be lost for salts today. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He's all over the place. He doesn't know whether to go to sleep or whether to play, or I say he's already been playing with the kittens, but they're crashed in the sitting room. Kitty in my stitchy spot, as per normal. And Ginger's asleep with Shane. So Tiger doesn't know what to do with himself, so he just keeps wandering around trying to get comfy somewhere. So he was with me while I was doing the Zoom. I would say he went to sleep on the bed. And then I went to make a coffee and he followed me. He's just come back. And now he's attacking me. I was working on my tiger family while I was on the Zoom, and I put that on the bed at the side of me, and he's now trying to get the needle minder off. Not bothered about the floss or anything like that, he's just trying to get the needle minder. I told you, he doesn't know what he wants to do today. He's in one of those frame of minds. I think it's because we had a chill day yesterday. I'll say he only plays up when Shane's here. When Shane's not here, he's good as gold. He's always been good as gold for me. Not because Shane's back in now. He just wants to get up to mischief. He doesn't know what he wants to do. Well, hopefully he'll just go to sleep in a minute. Fingers crossed. Settled down. I thought he was going to try and attack someone else then, but he's not. He's settled down a bit. I'm sorry if you're watching this. This is going to make you feel really seasick because this is all over the place. I have to put a warning out with this one. Don't watch the video in the second half. You will feel seasick. So as I was mentioning earlier on as well, hopefully I might be able to get a computer sorted out. And I was trying to make the decision of whether to get a proper computer, a PC, or a laptop. And the person at the shop did say, obviously, if I'm doing college work and stuff like that with the laptop, at least I know I can take it with me if I need to go anywhere with it. But my thing is, I think I'm not planning on taking it anywhere anyway, so I never take my laptops with me if I'm going anywhere. So I'm probably just going to look at getting a desktop. Now I also need to get the Microsoft Excel and Word package. That's not cheap. Gone are the days when you could just buy it and you just keep it. It's just like a one-off payment for it. They've changed it now, so you now have to pay over here. I think it's either $99 or $130 per year for it, but that means that you can have it on multiple devices. But as I was saying to the lady in the shop, I don't need it on multiple devices, I only need it on the one, because I've only got the one computer. Well, we'll only have the one computer. So she suggested getting the student one. So the student one is a one-off price, and you just install it on that computer and you can't install it on another one. And I was like, well, that's fair enough. But that's not cheap either. That's $200 just for that. Gone are the days when it used to be like 30, well, maybe about $50, and you could use it on multiple devices and as many times as you wanted, and for as long as you want. Well, I think they've obviously realised that, as with most things nowadays, if you pay a monthly subscription, you're probably going to keep paying for it, so they're going to make more money. So it's just another money pit for them. Not like Microsoft need any more money. Well, especially Bill Gates, he definitely doesn't. So yeah, well, hopefully by next weekend I should have my computer, and then I'm going to say I can then sort out my college on Monday and see how much that's going to cost me. So by the time you're watching this, I should have hopefully sorted out what college is going to cost and when I'll be starting, all that lot, hopefully. I can't wait to start mine. I think the next enrolment for college is in October, I think, so I've still got another month or two before that starts. But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be fun. Especially when you can do it at home and just learn at your own pace. You don't have to worry about being in the classroom, because you can guarantee in a classroom, some people pick things up really quickly, some people take a lot of explanation, and some people just can't grasp it whatsoever. I know when I was doing my accountancy over in the UK, and the very first year, there was a couple of people of the older generation who were there because they were doing payroll, so they had to learn how to the accountancy side of things, or something like that. And some of them just couldn't grasp it, so half the time the lesson was repeating itself, so they were doing the same subject over and over again so that these other people could get the grasp of it. And it kind of, yeah, I suppose it's good for doing the learning side of things, for, say, because you're doing the same exercise over and over and over again, so it kind of gives you the benefit of learning what you're doing. But some people already knew it was kind of pretty boring, because you were just sat there doing the same thing over and over and over again when you wanted to move on to the next subject. But how we managed to get it all done in the 1 year, what we needed to, was miraculous. I mean, there was one lad who used to sit next to me. He started on the full-time course. Well, let's say it was full-time course, it was 1 day a week, but it was full day, and then he moved on to the nighttime course, which was only a couple of hours twice a week, and they were flying through the units, and he was way more in front of us within like a month. So he preferred it that way. So I hadn't, mind you, with where I was working, it was a bit hard to. It was hard enough to arrange for the 1 day off a week, let alone trying to arrange that my shifts didn't fall on weekends for 2 days a week. So at least we're doing it at home. I know I can just jump on whenever I want to and do as long as I need. The only downside to that is it will mean I probably won't get as much stitching done each week, but that's the price you have to pay when you want to learn a subject that you're interested in to get a better job in the career that you want to do. It's an 18-month course apparently, so it's going to be at least a year and a half of study, but hopefully what I've learned before over in the UK may come in handy over here, so I can whiz through some of the courses, subjects, units, whatever you want to call them. But I won't know until we get to start them, because obviously when I was learning over in the UK they did say that you can use those skills in most countries except Australia, because Australia do it differently to everywhere else. So we will see. Well, hopefully I can use what I've learned already. The top of this is filling in nice and quickly. One thing I like about when you've got big blocks of colour is it fills in a lot faster, but you just get a bit boring doing the same colours over and over and over and over again. I think I already said this earlier on, but we're already at 20 minutes already, so that means this is going to be at least a 50-minute video. So what I will do is I'll finish this strand, and then we'll lay down this one, so by then it should be roughly around about an hour, I'm hoping. So again, as I mentioned, obviously, if you do have any questions or comments, then please feel free to drop those down below. Or you can email me. Again, email address and everything is linked down below, but that is dizzystitcher@gmail.com. Or I am on Instagram as well, on the Dizzy Stitcher. So you can always message me on there. Again, if you do have a favourite piece that you want to see me work on, just let me know. And I'll try and get those in. As I say, my next one of these I do, will be on 10 stitch. So as I say, it will be on 28 count, not 25 count, but it's the same principle. Still use 2 strands. It's all exactly the same. It's just I'll be stitching on a smaller count, but looking through the, well, stitching along on the video, you'll see. It'll seem the same anyway, whether it's 25 count or 28 count, because I'll be zoomed in on it. Just making sure I'm not going to stitch anywhere that I don't need to stitch. And the thing with this one as well is, again, you get a lot of ninja stitches in certain areas, so you get a lot of thread going everywhere on the back when you come to fill the last ones in. But never mind, it is what it is. So right, I'm almost at the end of this floss, so we'll call it a quits there. So again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, just let me know any preference of pieces you want me to work on, or any questions. I hope you have a good rest of your week. I know there's not long left of it now, because this should be going up on Thursday, this one. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and you get plenty of stitching done, unless you stitch me in the wrong spot like I've just done there. Anyway, just stitch over it again. So until my next video, which will be my update video in a couple of days. So hopefully it should be Saturday again this week. I can't see it's going to be working. They'll shut the whole of New South Wales down. There's no full lockdown, and that's where most of our wooden that comes from, so I don't know if they're going to allow them through or not. Until my next video, take care, stay safe, happy stitching and happy crafting. And I will catch you in my next update. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care. And until next time, bye bye for now.